Hello folks, it's Anahita Rao, and today I wanted to discuss a very important topic actually, and it often gets overlooked because we get so caught up in what's in the birth chart and why it's there, and rather than thinking about what to do about it. So of course the essence of Jyotish is to identify the karmic points in your birth chart and perhaps your purpose and your spiritual path. But also one of the essential tools that Jyotish gives us is how to remedy this karma so that it is manageable and so that your goals are achievable. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to speak about each planet and the remedial measures for them individually. But first I want to cover some very general points about remedies and what they mean. So this info is going to be repeated in the earlier few minutes of each video. Okay, so let's get started with that. Yeah. Okay, so the first thing to keep in mind with remedies is that you need discipline, which means you need to be regular. You need to have a sustainable spiritual practice so that you can be regular. This could include a pranayama practice for a few minutes daily. It could include daily concentrated meditation technique that you have. It can include mantra japa. It could include yoga daily or a few times a week. Fasting is another great practice. The energy that the body puts into digestion is then reverted to healing. So if your body is healing, you can be sure that your thoughts are as well. Mantras are very effective, but this depends on your chart. If, for example, you have a poor fifth house or fifth lord, then it may or may not work for you. But nonetheless, regardless of that, you can always benefit from doing mantra chanting for your ascendant lord, nonetheless. Seva, I find, is the best remedy for any issue. It could be volunteer work, it could be giving donation, but if you're only giving donation and not doing something else, you may not see much difference. Because unless you're involved in a regular practice, then the shift inside of you doesn't take place. Yeah, so it's very important to have something in conjunction with seva. With donation especially. You may feel good for a few minutes when you make that donation, but that's about it. I don't feel that the internal shift will take place. Certainly not to a degree that it will be a stabilizing shift or a staying shift. So it might be something that you notice that changes, but it will be very transient and temporary. So if you're just doing donation, then you might want to supplement it with other practices. I've actually devoted a page on my website with ideas for donation connected to each and every planet. So have a look at that. It's basically anahitarao.com. These are merely ideas. I don't have any affiliation with these organizations that are mentioned there, but so just for you to get an idea of what the possibilities are out there. I'm not really a big advocate of gemstones unless they come from a very reliable source. And even then, you have to know how to energize them properly before wearing them and before expecting any sort of impact. If you are into gemstones, then I can recommend a good book which speaks about the healing powers of gemstones, and that's by Harish Johari. Now, there's two schools of thoughts when it comes to gemstones. One is use the natural malefic stones if they rule good houses, and the other is only use the natural benefics ruling good houses. My suggestion would initially be to play it safe and go with the second school of thought. So, for instance, if you're a Leo lugna, don't use the red coral, even though Mars is your yoga karaka planet, because it's a natural malefic. Instead, use the yellow sapphire because Jupiter is benefic and it rules your fifth house. So when you wear a stone in your right hand, this is ruled by Jupiter, so it will increase the stone's good energy. The left hand is ruled by Venus, and it decreases energy. So if you're wearing for Saturn during Saturn's dasha, for example, then you might want to do it on the left hand to decrease Saturn's impact, perhaps. As I said, however, gemstone is not the remedy that I would recommend, because for a remedy to be really effective, you must participate in the action, because in this way you will be burning off the old karma. Right? Because karma in itself is action, so you need action to burn that off. So the karma that is standing in the way basically creates an obstacle for anything that we desire in life. It gets into the mind, body, and soul. And if you're involved actively in something to remedy that, then you are feeling the effects on all of those levels. To combat it. If you wear a gemstone, then again, do so in conjunction with another remedy, such as kriya, such as fasting, such as mantra japa on a daily basis. And of course, seva is fantastic, and so is donation. Yeah. So let's get started with the planets now. All right, folks, so now we're going to talk about Jupiter and how can we improve our Jupiter? How can we improve our luck in life? Very important. What is Jupiter? Where Mercury is the smallest planet, Jupiter is the biggest planet. It's regarded as the guardian planet, deflecting or absorbing comets and asteroids that might otherwise strike the Earth. So it has a very important function in astronomy. Similarly, in astrology, it offers protection and blessing where it's placed in our chart, and it acts as a guiding light. Because it moves so slowly, it goes through one Rashi every 12 months, so it takes a year. Due to the slow movement, it has a deeper impact on us. It's the only planet that can effectively manage Rahu and Ketu, the nodal energies, which tend to be scattered and chaotic and unpredictable, as we know. So now how can you tell if your Jupiter is not working well? All right. Well, those with an afflicted Jupiter tend to have bad judgment, and they don't read their environment very, very well. They can be culturally or socially inept or awkward. When Jupiter is aspected or afflicted by malefics, or if it's debilitated, or if it's in the 6th, 8th, 12th houses, this can present its own set of issues. Some of the best yogas in a chart are there because of Jupiter's presence. Some of the most popular ones are Gajakesari, Saraswati Yoga, Hamsa Yoga. So Jupiter's strength in a chart can really uplift and bless the entire chart. Jupiter gets exalted in Cancer. So to strengthen Jupiter, we can look at some activities related to the natural 4th house of home and happiness. Yeah. So 4th house represents comforts, anything that feels like being at home. So I suppose you could decorate your home, or you could invest in a new property. Or you could stay in the same home and buy objects for your home and decorate it. Visit your place of birth, which is signified by the 4th house. Prepare home-cooked meals. Study a new subject. Any type of learning, because again, 4th house is that which stands for education. You could go back to school and get your degree. You could learn a new healing modality, especially one that connects to your heart. You could teach or mentor others. Connect with your family, because again, 4th house represents family, any sort of domestic activity. Connect with your mother, connect with your guru. Donate to the needy. Any type of charity and donation are good, as Jupiter rules the natural 12th house. Any sort of seva is beneficial, especially for your guru. Meditation, also beneficial, again, a 12th house activity. Any Vishnu mantra can help with Jupiter affliction, especially chanting on a Thursday, fasting on a Thursday as well. Worshipping goddess Lakshmi or Lord Vishnu, as I mentioned. Listening to Rudra pujas is quite helpful as well, depending on your Jupiter placement. Donate to any phase of education, or you can financially adopt a child. Donate to teachers or spiritual organizations. Donate to humanitarian organizations. A strong Jupiter, of course, means good children. It means a good education. Other benefits include more patience, ability to defer gratification. It also improves your luck with doctors and lawyers when you seek advice. It improves luck in foreign countries, foreign dealings, spiritual type of career, ability to teach, and it gives weight to your words, which of course helps with your credibility. So that's my bit there for improving Jupiter, and I hope that you found it helpful. Feel free to comment and please subscribe below. Thank you, folks.